All right, let's brighten some things up now. Let's turn to a current event happening next Saturday in Monmouth. But to do that, I have to introduce you to the two guests that we have in studio with us today. Joining us, we have Ray Brinkman and LaDonna Green from the Monmouth Stoneware Museum. Thank you both so much for being here.
Thanks for
You're
having
welcome.
us.
Thank you.
All right, we have a lot to talk about. You have a festival coming up next weekend, but first, let's talk about the museum. For people that have never been to the Stoneware Museum of Monmouth, what do you guys have?
Go ahead.
We have, it's a private collection of pottery from the 1890s up through current times. And it was all made in Monmouth or by one of its affiliates, 7 plants. Started out at 3M Company, Monmouth Pottery. Then in 1906, Western Stoneware was formed, and they had 7 plants. 4 in Illinois, 5 in Illinois, 1 in Missouri, 1 in Iowa. And Western Stoneware still continues on by an owner of a son of a farmer owner, still making some limited amount of pieces, but it still continues. There was Maple City Pottery for 25 years. The history goes back like 140 years.
And it's so connected to Monmouth and the surrounding area as well.
Yes, Monmouth.
I have to ask, how many pieces, big and small, do you guys have at the museum?
About 1,300 counting memorabilia, like the butter turns, we have 96 on a set of stairs. Crocks, we have about 300. This is considered a vase made in the 20s and 30s. We have about 175 pieces in our, what my wife calls the art room.
Wow.
This is an old sleepy eye picture. These are kind of unique. This was made by a Weir Company, patent in 1892, was an airtight jar for preservatives. This one had ink in it. This one, as you can see, says, "As you like it, horseradish." Quite an invention for the 1890s to be airtight.
Before plastics.
That's exactly it.
Right.
And this brings back so much nostalgia for me personally. I mean, my family had these all over the farm growing up.
Oh,
That's
great.
cool.
Yeah, but I feel like that's a really common thing for people around this area
Yes.
to see
Well,
these
you
because
need
they
to come
last
because we're going to
forever.
make butter in that butter turn the day of our festival.
Yes, people, volunteers can come up and churn
Yep.
some butter.
Yep.
Oh, that is so much harder than it looks, though.
Yes.
Butter turning is not for the faint of heart. Let's talk about the festival next Saturday. Is this the 4th annual?
Yes, correct.
annual.
4th annual,
Yes.
yes. It used to be pottery on the square. Collectors would come, they'd back up to the square, they'd open their tailgates, set up a table, and they'd do some selling. We have it now at our place. We set up tents.
It's right outside the museum.
Right, at the museum. Every vendor is in a covered tent. We do want people to know it's rain or shine. We have a food truck on hand. We have a food court covered. The butter turning will be covered in a tent. So we're not hoping for rain, but we want to provide shade too if it's hot a day like today.
You guys are prepared either way.
Right,
And-
we have a food truck. We have an ice cream truck coming.
Free ice cream. Come for the ice cream.
Oh, that's a good point.
Yes.
You guys have had this event for a couple years, like we said, and you have watched it just explode in popularity. Do you see people come from all over the country to this festival?
We have vendors coming from 7 states. 2 years ago, LaDonna checked the guest registry. We had visitors from 12 states. We think this year we'll have visitors from 15 states come to our festival.
Why do you think this is so popular with people?
Well, and I tell you what, Western Stoneware was still standing. The building was still standing until last year. And it was demolished because brick buildings, mortar, bricks, if you can't keep them up, they decay, they fall. So that really is important to us now because we need to make certain and keep this part of history alive.
No kidding.
It's the condition of the pottery too. This butter turn is pre-1906.
Wow.
These lids were patented in 1892, and the condition of things. This vase here was made in the 1920s and 30s up to about 1942. These crocks here, they're 120 years old.
And they're
I mean, they
heavy.
just
I watched you guys carry them in.
They
look
lasted
heavy.
forever. They lasted forever, and there's
Wow.
people still using some of them for
Pickles,
Oh yeah.
Yep.
sauerkraut.
Pickles, sauerkraut.
Well, I have some, before I let you guys go, I did have a question. Whether someone comes to the festival next weekend, they drop by the museum later, or they're just on their own, Do you have any advice when it comes to finding and collecting pieces like this?
Try to buy stuff in good condition. I mean, and there's a lot out there. A lot of times they're cracked and so forth, but try to pay accordingly for them. Start small if you're a little afraid. Start small. We have 4 appraisers on site during our festival, no charge. So come and ask questions. Come and ask some of the vendors. A lot of the vendors have been doing this 30 or 40 years. So just come and ask questions.
We're having people that will bring their own pieces and they'll be appraised, because some people, they don't know what they have.
Exactly.
Or it might be something they want to keep or something they want to sell. If they want to keep it and it's an expensive piece, they want to make sure and get it insured.
Exactly.
And pass it on to the family.
Because of the pottery being in Monmouth, there's a lot of stuff still in storage from former employees, grandparents, aunts, uncles.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of things still in storage in closets and basements.
Attics.
Yep.
Well, people can bring them out to the festival next weekend, or you can always go to the Stoneware Museum of Monmouth and see their collection for yourself. Thank you both, LaDonna Ray. Thank you both so much for coming in
You're
today.
welcome.
It was
Thank
very
you.
nice.
Best
Thank
of
you.
luck
We
next
appreciate
weekend.
it. Thank you.
For you guys at home, I want you to head on over to WQAD.com if you're looking for details on either the Stoneware Museum or next weekend's festival. You can find all of that information underneath the As Seen on TV tab of WQAD.com.